having good equipment, safe equipment, keeping a good look, clean image, those are, not only does it help our installers work through the day more efficiently, but it creates that image as well. So it's, we like to keep our stuff clean, keep it organized, be very efficient. We kind of pride ourselves on our communication and all that stuff too. So it's, it all kind of plays a big role together,
Yeah. Hey everybody, it is the Buffalo Community Podcast. We've got RJ Mueller with Next Level Seamless Gutters and Exteriors, right? Perfect. All right, I got it that time, at least close enough. All right. Well, RJ, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Happy to be here. I'll watch your podcast a little bit. It looks like a fun deal. So.
Yeah, perfect. Well, which one's your favorite episode?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer that one. Okay. Yeah, you've probably noticed a bunch of signs around town. I think you guys will recognize the logo. So now it's to kind of put the face behind the logo. And tell us a little bit about what you do and where you work.
We're kind of a full-service exterior remodeling company. Local out of Buffalo here. We've been around for about 10 years. We're on our 10th year now. So, so we just work in exteriors. Started out doing gutter work for the first 7-8 years. Kind of expanding into roofing, siding, all that good stuff. A lot of residential, commercial, get into the insurance work and stuff as well. We're kind of unique because we have our own in-house gutter crews.
Sure.
So, we have our own employees. We do a lot of the work in-house. So it makes us a little unique in our opinion. We work with a lot of local subs, local roofers, try to keep things as local as possible, Definitely.
Kind of where do you like to keep the work? Just West Metro, just within 20 miles of Buffalo to keep it busy enough? Or
in an ideal world, everyone, we wish we could stay in Wright County every day.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's not realistic. So, we get down to the Metro, up to St. Cloud, we branch out pretty far, good hour radius around, our base location here.
That's good.
So, definitely.
And your crews, you said local guys, your crews, how many you got working for you?
So we got two in-house gutter crews, 5 installers. They're all local, Major Greg, Major. Charlie Kepke, he kind of runs our sales, management, stuff like that. We've all been in Buffalo, so everyone's kind of based out of Buffalo, went to school in Buffalo. It's, we kind of went against the normal rules. Don't hire family, don't hire friends, and we're all family and friends.
Yeah.
And it works out great.
And it's working out just fine.
It's been good. It's great. We love it. So we got a really good team of guys and just kind of work together and get it done.
Yeah. I always like to ask contractors, say, hey, can I see your fingers?
Yeah, we got them all.
Got them all. You must be pretty good.
Yeah. Everybody's got all the fingers still.
Yeah.
So we're doing good there. We might catch a little limp or a little sore walk every once in a while after a long week, but we work, so we go pretty hard, we don't work weekends, things like that.
Sure.
Try to keep it down and involve company events, things like that to kind of bring everyone together because they're fun. Everybody loves it. So definitely. So we try to make it a fun atmosphere, keep everybody going and not run out and,
Yeah,
dragging.
We're not here to just beat our bodies up and just go to sleep and go back to work. And
So. And then with our recent expansion into, once we got our contractor's license doing the roofing and stuff, it gives us all the opportunity to get into a little sales and kind of expand a little bit. And, Major, myself, Charlie, we're in our 40s, so we don't want to climb ladders forever, so it's, we got a good age gap, some younger guys, some older guys, so it works really well.
Yeah,
definitely.
Prior to getting into running your own business, what was RJ doing? Prior 11 years ago per se.
So 11 years ago, I was living in Montrose in my first house, and I was working at a company out of White Bear Lake. So I was driving about an hour each way. It was
without any adverse traffic.
Exactly. So he'd go one way on the way to work, and he'd go a different way on the home, and just try to figure out the best route. I worked there for Northwoods Exteriors. It was another gutter company. I worked for them for about 5 years, and then previous to that, there was a small stint where I worked with another gutter company for about half a year. It didn't really work out.
Sure.
Started out in gutters, about 20 years ago at the gutter company out of Dayton, Minnesota. And I was with Charlie, kind of our manager here.
Sure.
So Charlie and I have been working together for 20 years. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
if we venture off the exterior remodeling path and kind of go down the RJ Mueller path, what does RJ like to do, and family?
Definitely. No,
all that fun stuff.
We got some family, Tiffany and I, and then we have our oldest daughter, Jasmine, 9. Vincent, our son, who's 7, he'll tell you he's 8 because he just likes to add a year.
Yeah. That'll change someday.
Yeah, certainly. I tell him that too. And he thinks he's going to catch his sister Jasmine in age. That's his goal.
Yeah.
Well, every year he gets closer.
Yeah.
So
mathematically.
Percentage. Yeah.
And then the youngest, Hadley, she's 2. So it's a lot of kid stuff at home, sports, events. We're outdoor people. So, a lot of hiking, hitting up a lot of apple orchards, multiple beach days, all that good stuff. So it's, we live out in the country, so the kids are out in the woods all day. We're chasing them around and riding around on the 4-wheelers and the dirt bikes and all that good stuff. So it's that kind of dominates a lot of your life, when you have the younger children, So when we do get out, Tiffany and I'll go to a dinner or something, or go visit some family. We don't really do nothing too crazy,
Sure.
Definitely, we've been doing family vacations. We started doing over the last 5 years ago or something. In the winters, it's been fun. A good ritual. We'll go with my sister's family. She has 4 kids as well, so get all the nieces and nephews together, and they have so much fun. It's just it's a great time.
Yeah. What is winter like? Business wise.
Business wise, it slows down for us a little bit. We do a lot of retail work and contractor work, so it's we don't push as much retail. Some of our contractors want us to just keep going, So we'll be out there working in the winter as well. Depending on the weather, of course, we may get into the ice dam removal. That's it, but it's so hit or miss, It's about 3 years ago we were doing that the last time, so it slows down quite a bit.
Yep. But. Cool. I think kind of being an insurance agent myself, hail damage, roof damage is always tricky, right? Because you get a lot of people coming in from out of town. You get a lot of people who don't necessarily have the homeowner's best interest in mind, where we're going to get as many claims filed as we can, see what sticks, pick up our signs, go to the next storm, right? So I'm always leery of that when people call and say, hey, somebody told me I have hail damage. It's the follow-up questions on my end of like, okay, who told you that? I'm not saying you don't, right? But there's a lot of claims that get filed with contractors playing the big numbers game. They end up not being covered. I end up the bad guy, and really there's no. So it's in the insurance world, it's a touchy subject as far as that goes. And so how are you guys, maybe different in that way?
Definitely, and we feel there is a big difference. It starts with that we started as a gutter company. We're a fully functioning gutter company. That's what feeds all our families, So we don't necessarily, we got the license, we're doing the storm work as of a couple of years ago, but we don't rely on it. So we're not like the company that maybe just started, they're pushing and they have to, they feel they have to take those methods, and we don't have that drive. The goal is to succeed in any endeavor in life, of course. Sometimes you fail. We will, obviously, it's going to work out. It's been working out, but we don't have to have that drive.
I'm sorry, is that me?
Nope, I turned my phone off, but not my watch.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I swear you said you were going to turn that off, but the benefit of being a business owner and all that. So.
No, you were on a roll, so keep.
But so as far as we don't have to succeed in it necessarily, so we can take it slow. We don't have that push where we're just trying to sign as many contracts, so it's a little bit of a different approach. The work comes to us. We're not like the typical storm chaser that you hear about. We're not out door knocking and things like that. It's more or less, this is the community we serve. If you have some damage and you'd like an honest adjustment, we'll come out and we'll work with you. And so far it's you hear so many nightmares about this adjuster, that adjuster, and it was kind of nerve-wracking thinking about getting into it and working with the adjusters and the approach we take. It's been great, and I know our time will come. We'll get some rough ones and stuff like that, but it's nothing like people spoke of, and you're going to have such a battle and this and this and that.
Sure.
When you come with an honest approach, and you're not trying to,
Slam
we need this
something
much
through.
more for the roof, and insurance is already paying enough. We don't, so we're not going for all those extras.
Yeah.
It's
agree on
honest
something.
approach makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
So much smoother. All sides.
Yep.
all three parties: homeowner, insurance, and
Yep.
contractor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of my number one pieces of advice. Agree or disagree, but is be leery of the door knockers.
Mm-hmm.
And there are very reputable companies, there are local companies that do knock on doors, and so I'm not saying they're all bad.
No.
They're all out to get you, or they're all out to put it to the insurance company, or whatever. But if you can call RJ, or a lot of us know a contractor, a roofer,
Yes.
and somebody who's willing to say, hey, there's nothing here. I mean, most roofs, almost every roof you go on you're going to find some hail up there, right?
Over the years,
Yeah.
is it pre-existing, and
Right. Or how much is it, like,
Mm-hmm.
or there's a hail hit here, but your roof is fully functioning, right?
Exactly.
Is a new roof necessary? So I think everybody's feeling the pain of homeowners insurance premiums right now. Hail is the culprit, largely.
I thought it was California and Florida.
Yeah, no, it's Minnesota hail, and so I think having a relationship with somebody like you who can
Yes.
give you an honest assessment is huge.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we pride ourselves on,
Yeah.
And again, it's if we did 20 claims this year or 200, it's okay either way. We're here to serve as needed.
Yeah.
So it's-
Awesome.
In real estate, having that local person that you can say, nope, this is a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Send them, call them. And we do that with lenders, inspectors. All of this stuff instead of just the nationals and everything
Yeah.
like that. I find a lot of value in that. And then seeing you at events as well, giving back to the community, not just taking.
and
Which is fantastic.
And it's so much fun too.
Yeah.
All those events and working with the chambers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way funner than I would have ever
When
imagined.
golf is your
Yeah.
day of work, it's
Exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And you can involve everybody in it. And
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to have a good time
Yeah.
together. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think I always say, like, work with somebody you might run into at the grocery store, because that person, you have to look each other in the eye, and you have to,
Yeah. If you can't stand in line at Cub Foods together, then there's going to be an issue.
right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So that's
So
sure.
what's next? What's on the horizon? What are you looking forward to?
So we got some fun stuff coming up. As you already know, we got that property over on 50th, just north of town here.
Yep.
So we're looking at putting up a new shop, which is going to kind of give us a little more room to kind of grow and serve the community better, as far as being set up better, more efficient, all that good stuff. Looking to you're going to be able to stock some more materials, things like that. It's just it's going to be a lot more space for us. I mean, our employees are going to love it. We're personally going to love it, but it will help us, give us the ability to kind of serve more.
Yeah.
It's nice and local still, so we're really, really excited about kind of the transition to the new space, getting the new building put up. Hoping to break ground over the next couple months here, it sounds like. So
If we can get some reprieve from the rain.
yeah, and as we've talked in the past,
Yeah.
the rain and driving by, and
Yeah.
all the dirt work took considerably longer than maybe it needed to, but it's one of those things. So
Yeah. When I look at that, I also heard talking to Major as well. Major's getting a lot of shout outs here. So
Yeah.
again, so when he's listening here, don't slip on the ladder. I've always heard that your trucks, your organization is unfathomable to most people. Like everything's got its place. Everything's in order, in line.
yes,
And
yes.
that sounds like it's true.
It's very true, and it's the only way to be.
Yeah.
I'm very organized, very specific, I guess you could say. So
Yeah.
things have to be done correctly in the right order, and everything works from there. And you run into issues because we're human. But
Yeah.
we keep our things clean. Something breaks, we're buying a new one. It's having good equipment, safe equipment, keeping a good look, clean image. Those are, not only does it help our installers work through the day more efficiently, but it creates that image as well. So it's,
Yeah.
we like to keep our stuff clean, keep it organized, be very efficient. We kind of pride ourselves on our communication and all that stuff too. So it all kind of plays a big role together,
Yeah.
When I first started the business, I just thought I had to go and put a gutter up on a house and get a check,
Right.
That's how this works.
And there's so much more to the whole business than that, and things like this even, just working with the community and
Yeah. Well, and you said keep more things on hand. I know, not that we ever want to relive 2020, but I mean, like, supply and demand, supplies, if you don't mind me asking, how far are you out? I mean, if someone said, hey, we want gutters, when can they expect, like,
right now, this year's a little more unique to the past, so we're within a couple weeks,
Sure.
We got a few crews, our younger guys have came a long ways over the last couple of years, so
yeah.
Everyone's an experienced installer at this point,
Sure.
kind of trained, and so we cruise through the gutter jobs,
Yeah.
In the years past, it's been a little busier than this, and we 6-8 weeks out, and
Sure.
we're always willing to kind of adjust our schedule and accommodate as needed, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want the one that has no business, but you also don't want the one that's 10 months from now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a balance.
Yeah, and there's always a big variance in, one person says they're busy and the other one's busy, but busy to a guy with, one employee is,
Sure.
so there's a huge,
Right.
There's a big balance there. So.
And then all it takes is one legit bad hailstorm, and that,
And the whole
by the
story
time this
changes.
airs, right, 2 weeks might be a little different, right? So
Certainly.
I would imagine it's weather dependent, and things can change quick.
Yeah, it's all about just being flexible and just kind of playing the game and adjusting. And between Mother Nature and, with a gutter job, we're working in after the roofers typically, and maybe the roofers aren't done, and now we got to move this around. And there's a lot of juggling, Definitely.
Well, in anything, actually, how do people get a hold of you?
We got a website, our phone number's all over the place, plastered all over our trucks and signs and websites. So it's email, website.
What is the website?
nextlevelseamlessgutters.com. So
Perfect.
just like our business name, it's big and long.
Yeah.
Right.
Things I didn't think about, 10 years ago when I started the company. But
Yeah. Again, if you could have went and bought up all the domains, it would have been, you wouldn't have to work. But
Exactly.
So that's very fun. Well, RJ, thank you for coming in. If there's anything that we've missed to all 250,000 of our viewers, there's not 250,000.
Not quite.
Not
Sounds
quite.
good though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds
Since day one.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think we covered it. We're happy to help. If anybody needs something, give us a jingle, and we're there to help. So
Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thanks,
awesome.
RJ.
Thanks for having us on.
For the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tyler Reiss.
I'm Mark Benzer.
RJ Mueller.
Thanks for listening to the Buffalo Community Podcast, produced by Edlund Media. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, as well as anywhere you listen to podcasts.